What's up, homies? It's me, Captain Planet. I know that I'm a scientist that's trying to teach about science and stuff that, sometimes we don't really like science. And I get it. I do not do this page for the 10% of the world who like science. I actually teach for the 90% of the world who hates science. But people love my stories. So tonight, I'm going to tell you guys a story. I was thinking about it because I seen this cool video where a guy covered in his whole head in flowers and then stuck a fake feeder flower for a hummingbird in his mouth. So the hummingbird came in and drank from his mouth. So I thought that was pretty cool. And it made me think of a story about a hummingbird. This is a story from my own personal life. Had to clear my throat out. Anywho's, it's a story from my own personal life. A captain of a boat, asked to take me out on the water. He didn't know who I was. Most people didn't know who I was. This was on the Pacific Ocean, back when I lived in Oregon. And the old sea dog, this sailor, he said, boy, I've been watching you. I've been watching you smiling, walking up and down these docks, and the seals and the sea lions, they follow you like dogs. They're waving at you and talking to you. And I just smiled and said, yeah, there's some pretty cool homies. I like them. He began to explain to me that wasn't normal behavior for a sea lion. That he practically lived on his boat at this dock, at this marina where I'd walk around on. And he said, that's not normal. That they don't act like that in front of people. They're doing it because you're something different. So he said, I want to take you out on the boat. I bet you got some good stories. And I was excited to get to go out on the boat. It was actually my first time out at sea, far out at sea in the great Pacific Ocean. Maybe my dad hears me. Poseidon, is that you? My daddy Mike's gonna laugh at that. He's gonna be like, I love you, Dad. But he offered to take me out. This was my first time going out. And even though he took me because I'm full of stories, I was kind of quiet on that trip. As I was just watching and learning, I like this salty whiskered sea dog. He's a cool guy, this old man. So we're out at sea. I said, do you hear him? He said, what? I said, do you hear him? He turns off the boat. Hear what? I said, man, there's some big homies coming. He said, what? And all I could do was just point. I pointed over there at an empty wave. And not long after I pointed, a big old whale broke the surface of the water. And he didn't come up, jumping. He just broke the surface and kind of rolled up to where he looked at us. His eye was making eye contact with my eye and my new human friend's eye. Man, that's pretty cool. And then my new human friend, he's like, look. And what? I thought there's another whale. And there's a hummingbird flying around me. And we were so far out at sea that I was really confused at why a hummingbird would even be out there. I'm thinking the little guy probably got caught in a storm and couldn't find his way home, So seeing this boat, the hummingbird's gonna try to land on something, right? I mean, wouldn't you? The hummingbird landed right in my lap. And I asked the captain, for a towel. He got me a towel, and I set the towel on my lap and put the little hummingbird right there. And you know, he wasn't doing so well. You know, he was suffering. So I sang him up the suffering song, you know, an old Lakota suffering song. And he died right there in my arms. Out in the middle of the ocean. And out of nowhere comes a whale and a darn hummingbird. And that hummingbird landed in my lap and he died right there in my arms. I didn't see it as something sad. I saw it as something sacred, you know, something very, very, very beautiful. I was really touched. And the captain's behind me, and I said, you know, I'll put him back on land. That way, you know, he doesn't wander in the afterworld, still looking for land to rest on. And I heard I turned around, and that old sea dog had tears rolling down his salt-crusted whiskers. He looked at me and he said, "Who the hell are you?" And I just smiled that gentle smile back, and I said, "I'm just a common man, and that's all I ever want to be." See, the thing is, people look up to me. People want to be like me. People want to have that connection to nature that I have. They want to be able to talk to the animals too. But I'm going to be honest with you. I wasn't born special. I became special. It was a conscious choice. I am but a common man. And anyone can do everything that I do. It's something learned. It's not something like inherited or something like I was just born special, able to communicate with animals like I was Beastmaster. I had to learn their languages. Took the time to listen. And even after that, I'm taking the time to try to teach you. Even if it's just a story to inspire you, to help maybe go, man, Captain's right. We aren't born special, we become special. I mean, I love Mr. Rogers, he's right there. But one thing I don't agree about with Mr. Rogers is that we're all special, like just born special. You know, I think we become special. Because I also know a lot of people that become something different, not so special. And they know that in their hearts too. I used to be one. I used to be one. For a very long time, I used to be one. In fact, I don't think I've ever met anyone in my life that has hated something more than I used to hate myself. That's real truth right there. I wasn't born special. I became special. And so can you. Happiness is a choice, yo. Think of it like this, you know. Each day is like a box. You're the one that has to decide if that box is a gift or a coffin. Remember, happiness is a choice, homies. We all become special. None of us were born special.